Yeah, it's your boy Gruff here, back with another video, and today I got a special video, guys. Man, today we're back with the Tournament of Power Season 90, man, and we're gonna have to lock in on this one. On this season, we're gonna have to lock in. So basically, man, the reason why I'm telling you guys you need to lock in is that they updated Tournament of Power. Like, if you look at the characters now, you're seeing teams that we fought before, but we have like Goku Bardock here. We got LF Omega. So they have added every single new character that's in the game currently. Literally, we're seeing Turles Squad, right? Like, bro, they have, look, we seeing Garlic Jr. I believe that there's a team where they actually even have the Ultra Turles. So they have added every new character from the game right now, currently from this game. So the only character that is probably not gonna be added in here is the free-to-play Path to Power Goku, because he's dropping, I believe, on Friday. But every every character is in the game here, bro. So yeah, so every team got updated. When I suggest that you guys really focus in on Z powering your team and getting them to Zenkai 7 and arch boosting them and French to rank them to 10, all that stuff is going to be needed, because these newer characters are going to have better Z abilities, better unique abilities, better attack damage multipliers. So every stat counts. If you can get a unit 14 stars, do it. Get the TOP equipment, please. French set rank them to 10 so you can max out their stats. Arch boosting helps a ton with stats as well. So any little thing is going to meet this. I mean, if you guys do die, and one of the reasons is you guys are not maxing the French rank 10 and what's the name, then that's on you. I've been explaining that throughout all the seasons I've been doing, and I really highly suggest you guys do it this one, because we don't know how powerful these characters are. It's a newer season. So yeah, but anyways, that's pretty much it with the intro there. I'm not entirely sure how I want to build my teams going forward. I might start adding maybe 3 C tier characters. For this season, I'm gonna do the overall 1 to 2 C tier character. But if needed for next season, I might start adding 3 C tier characters just to have my main 6 to do a little more damage against these characters. We'll see. But hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's hop into the first team, which is Regen. Alright, so for the Regen squad, this is the setup that I'm going to rock. Now, I decided to add in, as my S and Z tier character, actually going to be rocking the Yellow EX Piccolo. Yellow EX Piccolo is actually a Z tier unit, so definitely going to add him onto the team. I rock him all the time. Now, when it comes to this Yellow EX Piccolo, I'm probably not going to use him as much in the part 1s and part 2s, just because part 1, there's newer characters, there's a lot of strong, powerful characters, so I want to preserve his life as much as possible and try to use them for part 2, because part 2 you get a lot more boost. So you're probably not going to see me rock him in part 1 at all, and if I do face a lot of red units, I'm not going to bring them unless it's in the part 2 and I'm trying to get as much points as possible. That's when I'm going to try to use them forcefully. But part 1, you're not going to probably see him that much, just going to let you know that. And then for my S tier character, I'm rocking Red Cooler, just because he's S tier, he heals, he's a Zenkai character, so high key recovery here. You guys see that? That's really nice. So I decided to add him as my S tier. Now, in terms of the other characters you can rock for S tier, Blue Metal Cooler is really solid. This green first room cell is really good. The only problem is his Z ability only does androids in future. Then you also have the Zenkai Blue EX cell, and then you also have this purple cell here because of the debuffs. So those are really the good characters that I'll recommend for the Regen side, especially since they're more in the blast base and everything. Those are the characters I'll recommend if you guys want replacements on the S tier spot. I'll also even going to be adding in like the EX Metal Cooler, like all the S tier units that I don't have on my main account. I'm gonna add them probably like around there somewhere on the screenshots for whatever team that they mesh as well. So other than that, in terms of my team, I'm rocking Super Baby 2, I'm rocking Omega, I'm rocking PJ. I'm rocking this purple red and ribbon orange Piccolo just because he gives healing and support. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably are wondering about like Fat Boo. You guys can add in Fat Boo if you guys want to replace and have a little bit more healing on the team. So if you want to replace, say for example, this red Piccolo Jr. and add in Fat Boo, you guys can definitely do that just to have way more healing. So you have this guy, you could do a setup like this, where you having this guy healing and then this guy's healing here. And oh, actually let's do this. Do a setup like this where this person is healing, then you have more heals, so you have like a lot more healing on the team, and then the person that comes in, which is EX Piccolo, he's healing, so you have like 4 main healers on the team. The only problem is you're going to have a lot more defensive Z abilities, right? Like all 3 of these people here all do Z double like defense, so you could definitely do that. Me personally, I'm gonna rock with more of the LF pick, the PJ Piccolo Jr. or my junior character, just to see how it flows, right? We do have 2 healers on the team, like I usually do, 2 to 3 healers, but I just replaced Fat Boo with this guy. I think he does a little bit, he gives a little bit more healing to different more spots, and then he also giving damage inflicted buffs and downgrades to the enemies, so I kind of like him a little bit more. But then you also have Fat Boo where he's Zenkai buffing the green DKP and all that good stuff there. So in terms of the replacements and stuff with the team, in terms of the red, you do have, like I said, the red cooler for red. Then you also have like the red Buhan. He's really good, high key recovery, which is really nice. In terms of the blue, if you guys don't have Omega, you do have Zenkai Evil Boo here, and then you guys can go down to the B tier and get in Boo Tanks because he has the guaranteed blue card, which is really nice. And then also for the red, you also have red 21. In terms of the green blast base, you can go with green 21 here. You can also go with this baby Trunks if you guys do have baby Trunks for the Regen squad, and then you can go with the first form cell. In terms of the yellow, I like going LF Piccolo. He gets a guaranteed blue card, and he Zenkai buffs the yellow EX Piccolo when they're both ran together on the main 6. You guys can definitely rock him as a yellow replacement. This yellow free-to-play cell, really solid here. And in terms of the B tier spot, I will go with the Zenkai. I actually will go with Rage instead of this cell, just because he does more strike, and this person has great support. There's a lot more for the team in terms of support and damage. I actually prefer Rage over him since they're all in the same tier. Definitely add him in there. In terms of the purple is really like the worst color on the team. You pretty much, the best option is either purple free-to-play Boo. Right here, he has high key restore P, which is really nice. You guys can go with the Red Rim Army Piccolo, or you guys can go with Purple 21 because he gives HP to the team. If you guys want to go down and grab another C tier spot, you guys can go with either this Garlic Jr. or the LF Cell, or even the Light Skin Piccolo because he gives double Z abilities for offense and pure blast for movies. So you kind of have a few movies characters in there. But like I said, I'm just trying to see, since for my setup I have 1 C tier, you guys can add in another C tier. If you want a higher damaging purple, you guys can go that way as well. In terms of the green, based off my setup here, you guys can go down with Fat Boo or Omega. If you guys are going to rock Rage, I definitely think you guys should add in Omega as well. So if you guys are going to replace LF Piccolo with Rage, then you could probably replace DKP or replace the Red Ribbon Army Piccolo with the green, or even red PJ here with green Shenron. Nice little GT type of setup there, where you have Super Baby 2, then you have Omega, then you have this Omega, and then you have Rage. So that's kind of building more of like a POGT setup regen team and everything like that. And I think that's pretty much all the colors. Am I missing any other colors? No, I got red, I got blue, I got green, and I got yellow, I got purple. Yeah, so other than that, that's pretty much it with the regen team. Kind of still trying to decide on what I want to do, but this might be the team I rock for now. But anyways, let's hop into the next team. All right, next we got movie sagas here. So I'm gonna drop probably the other movies characters that you guys can rock in terms of your Z and S tier spot. But since with the characters I have, I'm actually gonna rock green Thouser here. The reason why I'm rocking this team is gonna be more of a Thouser cooler based team, because if you look at Thouser kits, he is basically nothing without cooler. As long as you have a cooler on your team, he gets all these extra buffs here. He buffs cooler. If there's an ally cooler in range to cooler, then he gets extra 70 damage. All this stuff is if there's a cooler remaining. So with this movie strike based team, it's going to be catered around the coolers. So I have an S tier cooler here, strike based. Pretty nice high damage, high key recovery, which is really good. And then we also have the LF red cooler. So this movie strike base team is really catered around Bowser and the cooler Bond, and I kind of build everyone around it. So other than that, in terms of my C tier, I got the red cooler, of course, and I got yellow Gotenks. Yellow Gotenks just gives great buffs to the whole team here. Extra, what I believe, 10% damage, and just annoying character. He gives great debuffs, all that good stuff, bro. Just all around amazing character. And then also that we got Red Ribbon Arby Piccolo. He gives HP for, not HP for the team, but he gives health to the team. He heals the team, supports the team, debuffs the enemies, which is really nice. And then we also have Goku here. The reason why I added Goku, he gives HP to the team. He's an HP buffer. He transforms, and he's an S tier character. So this is a character that you could replace. I just added them because I feel like he has some pretty good value, and he's an S tier character, so I kind of like them a lot. And he transforms, so he has some pretty high stats from a regular EX character. Then for the other characters here, I have Red Tapion. The reason why I have Red Tapion is because he's gonna Zenkai buff Red Sagas from the movies, which Red Cooler is. And then he also gives extra support to Trunks characters. And as my main green damage dealer, I kind of wanted to go with the green drip Trunks here. So he's going to get the extra little buff from Red Tapion. And then Tapion's also going to be Zenkai buffing the Red Cooler from his Zenkai ability. So I kind of like the little synergy there. You guys see here, if there's a turn Trunks, he gets minus damage, cannot be. And then 20 damage inflicted by allied Trunks for 1 turn. So for each turn, he's getting that extra little buff there, which is really nice. That's why I added in that green Trunks. Now, in terms of the replacements, in terms of the Z tier spots, you guys could take out Bowser. If you guys don't really care about the cooler base setup, you guys can go with this green Frieza here and do this setup and then take him out. And instead of, what's his name here, you guys can add in a character like Red Beast, for example. Go there, go that route. And then if you guys go here, since you guys have a Z and an S tier character, you guys could take Goku out and just add in just Blue Beast. You can add in 3 C tier characters and go with that route. I don't actually mind this route at all. So you have a powerful red, you have a powerful blue, got a decent green there, trying to go with more the strike base side of things. I'll keep Purple Piccolo as my main purple. And in terms of the red, I think I'll keep him in there just because Tapion still is going to Zenkai, is still going to get the extra buff with the Trunks, and then he's going to Zenkai buff the Red Beast. So if you want to go with more of this setup, you guys can as well. There's also that blue Gohan that I'm missing. You guys can definitely add him in there as well, but I don't have him, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have him like underneath here as an option because I don't have him, but more of a strike based movies type of setup here. And other than that, let's hop into the next team. Alright, for the next team we got androids here. This is basically the setup that I wanted to rock here. In terms of the Z tier spots, I got Cell Jr., bro. Like, Cell Jr. is just insane. If you do have this character high stars, like, he ramps up over time. At the end of the 3rd turn, he heals himself, higher damage inflicted. He has high key recovery. If you got this guy 7 stars minimum, definitely rock him as my Z tier character. In terms of the other unit, I'd rock Zenkai EXL because he's a Zenkai character. Decent stats. If you guys don't have him, some other characters that you guys can use that I actually don't see that's not a bad option is you do have this purple EXL here. Gives great debuffs for the team. Then you also have this purple 15 here. He has a nice Z ability for blast base. And then he also gets some debuffs there. Nice blast damage there, which is not bad. And then also if you want to go to the S tier character, you guys can pick this green first form cell. The thing is he gives split the abilities for future androids, but he has nice debuffs for the enemies each turn, and I believe at the end of the 2nd turn he heals himself by 10% and more debuffs for the enemies. So really good S tier option if you want to add him as your green. He has high key restore speed, which is really good. Can't go wrong with that. I don't have that new android 16. I believe he's S or A. If I'm not mistaken. You also have this red Zenkai 17 EX. The only issue I have with him is his Z ability only buffs red, and he's a strike base. But if you want to add him in there as one of your main S, you guys can. I won't really be mad about that. And other than that, let's hop into the main 6. Main 6 team, right. I got the MVP 17 as my main blue. He's really like the glue in my opinion. If you don't really have him, I wouldn't rock like Unireps or androids because he's just really the best blue blast. He gives support for the team. He does so much for the team. I will rock him as my main C tier character. Now next after that, since we have one C tier character, I went to the B tier and I added yellow 18 in here. I mean, just the support that she gives and the healing that she gives for her androids and allies and range is really powerful here. And I believe she's actually in the little battle thing. I forgot what it's called. The little free-to-play battle thing, battle mode thing. You guys can get her in that exchange shop now. I think she actually got added back. And then for my other yellow, I actually got first form cell. I mean, the Z ability for HP for androids, support buffs for his allies, and then he heals his allies at the end of the third turn. Really powerful. His key recovery sucks. He's not gonna really do that much damage, but HP, healing the team, and support damage, really valuable. Really powerful there. Really powerful unit, just because what he does. Like that's insane value. In terms of my purple, I got a purple 17. I like just the extra support that he gives for androids and allies and range. He also gives debuffs for a team every time. I think at the end of each turn, I believe, start a turn or something like that. Right here, yeah, start of first turn. So he has some debuffs there, which is nice. Then the second turn, he ramps up and just great damage and stuff. And he actually does extra stuff against Sun Fam and androids. He faced a lot of Sun Fams on this team. On this tournament power route as well. So in terms of my red, I mean, you have tag 17 and 18 and then red 21 in the same spot. It kind of just depends on what you want to use. Do you want to use red 21? You guys might be more free to play. Rock them, Zenkai character, high key recovery, and I believe she gives support depending on where she's placed. So maybe you want to put her like here, so she gives some support maybe to like the 18, because you kind of don't want to put her in the middle. I think that's the MVP 17 has better support when he's kind of in the middle as well. And then as you see here, high blast damage, which is really nice, really nice. I actually like that a lot. And in terms of your green, I went with a Gamma 1 just because he's in the A tier spot. I didn't want to grab too many B tier units, but adding him, Gamma 1, is really nice. If you guys want to replace this 18, you guys can go with the free to play cell. And if you guys do have this yellow 18 pretty high, the EX one, you guys can rock her as well. Those will be like my main two yellows. Then I'll do like Zenkai, or you guys can go to the C tier spot since we have one C tier and rock the yellow gammas. You guys can do that as well. Or if you guys want to add in another C tier for the purple, you guys can add in purple cell. In terms of the red, you guys can do Super 17. But I just want to give you guys that extra C tier option. Or you guys can rock 3 C tiers. Maybe you guys want to do gammas and a purple cell. But I just wanted to put one C tier and then have you guys have the ability to change your setup if you guys need be. But other than that, in terms of the green, I do like green 21 and magenta as good replacements. Or you guys can go with that S tier first form cell. The yellow, you got Zenkai cell there. You also have that free to play cell and then gammas. The red, you got tag droids. You got red 21. And then you also have, who am I missing? Then Super 17. In terms of the blues here, it's really difficult for you to really replace a blue. Like I said, he's really the main one. All the other blues are really strike based in a sense, besides what that old 13, and he's not cutting it. In terms of the purple, you do have this 17 here that you guys can use as well, but I'd rather just go and rock the GT 17 or the C tier cell. Or even purple 21 because he gives HP to the team. You have double HP buffers, but he does strike, and you already have 1 HP. You don't really need to have 2 HP buffers, so I'll kind of stick with that. You also have this red 18 here. She's not bad, but I'd rather just stick with like red 21 a little bit better. I think I like her a little bit more. So that's pretty much it with the androids team. Let's hop into the next team. All right, so for the next team, we got Majin Buu Saga. If you do have the characters there, I mean, even with this new free-to-play Goku, he's actually really good. I actually kind of like his kid, so I'm kind of going to explain that. But let's go with the Z tiers and S tier characters. For one of them, I really do like this green Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. I mean, like his little key, I mean, his kit here is actually not bad. I mean, he does great damage for the first 3 turns, and then he kind of dies out. But I mean, as a EX, one of the older EX units, 60 damage and minus 20, like that's pretty good for a Z tier spot, so I definitely wanted to add him. Now in terms of the other S tier character, you can go with the EX Dabura here because he gives support buffs for his allies for 2, and then on attack he gives support for his allies. So if you want someone that does a little bit more, you guys can rock him. Or you want someone that does a little bit better individual, then you have to do it like this free to play Super Boo, the purple one, the Buhan one, purple. But he's not really, he doesn't really does anything crazier than the Boro. But I think overall he's a better character. His Z ability just sucks though. He only buffs blues and purples, right? I mean, but then this guy does red and green, so I guess this guy has a little bit more value because the characters that your strongest attacking characters are like purple and blue with Tien and Gohan, and then you got the purple Goku there. So you guys can rock that. Those pretty much be like the main three there that I'll use. And then the S tier spot, you also do have Tien. Tien's gonna be a character that you're gonna be rocking as your main blue for the team. And then, like I said, the new Super Saiyan 3 Goku's here. Just grind them out from the full power battle. That's what it was called, or the maximum and co-op. You guys see here, like, his range of his support is insane. Key recovery for the team, damage inflicted at the end of turn 2, and at the end of turn 3, more damage inflicted, and then special move charge rate for his allies. Really good. Really like that a lot. Then you guys see here a decent start of battle kit, so you can't go wrong with that. So I kind of really like them as the purple there. I want to put them in the center. As the yellow, I do have the yellow 18, more of a blast based Majin Buu Saga team. You guys already know how good she is. I don't really need to explain to you guys why. In terms of my other green, I added in Pui Pui. Pui Pui gives HP for the Majin Buu Saga tag. Supports the team right here by 20%. He has high key recovery. Can't go wrong with that, bro. And as the less enemy is, the more damage his blue card does. Can't go wrong with that. Really like that character. And in terms of my red unit, I have in Buhan. Buhan is pretty much the only like blast based red character to use. And then in terms of my C tier, I have Ultimate Gohan. So like I said, I have one C tier character. I want you guys to be flexible and try to use what you guys need to if possible. I would say in terms of the yellow, it's really, really difficult to have a better alternative yellow than 18. She's part of the full power battle. She's free. I mean, personally, I think she's a character that you guys can just grind her up. She's a free character to use. Purple Gohan, if you guys do have the Majin Buu tag, he's one of the irreplaceable units to rock. He's kind of be your main damage dealer. Kind of the same thing with Blue Tien. He's not like a core or like irreplaceable. You guys have options like, for example, like the blue EX Evil Boo there. Then you guys can go to the B tier spot and replace him with the Boo Tanks. Boo Tanks guaranteed blue card, which is really nice. And then if needed be, you guys can go down and even get yourself Kid Boo or even the Fusion Vegito, but he's strike based, just more of a blast based team I kind of want to build here. And then in terms of the green spot, you guys can switch out and add in another C tier with the Evil Boo. I just wanted to add in one C tier so you guys can be flexible. If you guys want to go double greens, maybe take out, I don't know, maybe take out the purple Goku if you want. You guys can add him as a C tier unit. Or if you guys want to go double blues and have Buhan and Boo Tanks in there, the Zenkai buff, the Tien. So you guys have two blues in there. If you guys want to go that even evil Kid Boo. Kid Boo doesn't buff the team, unfortunately. He buffs regen, but majority of the units you can be rocking are regen. So I mean, he kind of helps the team somewhat. You guys can even go with the Fat Boo route. Like I said, Fat Boo buffs regen with his Z ability, but if you rock him, he does have healing for his allies next to him at the end of second turn. Some more healing aspects there. It's kind of just want to give you guys a flexible spot. In terms of the other red I would recommend would be the red Shin here. He gives great support. I believe he heals his allies in range, yep, at the end of second turn. If he's above, if everyone's like here, if you put him in the middle, right, and then you do something like this. Maybe you put him down here and then you put Gohan there, right, something like that. You guys can do that. Any other characters? Yellow, yeah, because all the other yellows are really strike based and stuff. I kind of like the blast based Majin Buu. You guys can even switch out the Super Saiyan 3 Goku with the Super Buu. He has higher key restore speed. He gives support buffs. He also has a can attack turn because he does the yellow yelling thing, but his support is less than what the Goku does here. So they both do double defense if I'm not mistaken here. I think 33. And then Max is 33, so they both do double defense. Nothing changes. He does a little bit more support. This guy attack first, and he also has the stun effect. So to each their own. Just pick who you want to use. And that's pretty much it with the Majin Buu tag. Let's hop into the next team. Alright, so for the next team we got is going to be Blast Base GT. So similar to like what I did with the other teams, I kind of just stick with one C tier character so I can have you guys be a little bit more flexible in who you really want to add. You might want to add extra C tier or 2 more C tier characters, but I just kind of wanted to build it with one C tier that I know for sure that you guys are going to really want to rock. And with this setup here, I do have Super Baby 2 as my main, and I do have EX Omega as my extra blue. Healing for the team, we guys know how valuable Baby is, and then he Zenkai buffs EX Omega Shenron. Especially if you main GT, you guys probably have this Omega at pretty high stars, because at one point GT was getting no love before 2024. Then after that, in terms of my Z's and S tiers, I decided to go with the EX, what's the name? The EX Shin, because he gives support for the team. If you guys do have that new green EX Trunks, he's also is in Z tier. He's really good and higher kit and everything like that. And then in terms of my S tier one, I rock with the Oob, because Oob is just the better out of all these characters here. He's just the better EX character to rock. So I'm rocking him over everybody else. But if you guys do have that green Trunks, I definitely recommend you use that over the Shin here. And then you also have this purple 17. That's not bad as well. But if you guys do have that green Trunks, I definitely recommend to rock him over the EX Shin. Then in terms of the team here, I like rocking the purple 17. Really like the only blast based purple unit on the team. I mean, what's the name? You can definitely rock Bola for extra more healing on the setup. But the fact that he gives support for the setup, I really do like. I actually want to put him here because he's actually going to heal. I believe he heals everyone to the left of him as well. Yeah, so he's going to do this, and heal them. So he goes here. Should heal everybody down here. I'm surprised he's not healing this Goku here, which is surprising. Let me take a look. Yeah, GT or what's the name in range? That's weird. But other than that, yeah, I like that setup here. And then I have Rage in here just because the way that his support goes is the S for like Shenron, right? Which is really nice. So I kind of add him there so he can kind of support everybody. So if I put him here, should buff everybody there, which is really nice. Based off that Z ability here, just like this little range, allies in range here, and he just does so much. I believe he gets hit, he gets the can attack, if he gets hit by strike, if he gets hit by blast, he heals. There's a lot for the team, so I kind of really like him a lot as my main yellow, and he's suited more for the blast base of the regen, of the GT setup. Now in terms of the green, I went with Baby Trunks. Baby Trunks is in the B tier spot, so a little bit more value. He's not a character that you can waste your C tier unit on if you don't need to. Really solid damage dealer. I mean, you can't go wrong with him. And in terms of like my other red blast base unit, I went with the red free to play Goku blast base, and then the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is B tier. So I mean, he's in the higher tier spot. I kind of like the Goku a little bit more than the Vegeta. But in terms of the replacements, I would recommend the Vegeta for the red. This is for blast base. And then in terms of the purple here, you can switch to GT17 with Bola. Like I said, I'm going with more of the blast base setup here. Blue, the blue one's a little bit iffy now. I mean, you guys could go with the C tier spot and add in this USB Goku here because his offensive stats is the same. In terms of the green, you guys can go with Omega Shenron if you guys do have him. I definitely recommend to rock him for sure. You guys also have Super 17 as a blast based character for your C tier spots, but I kind of want to leave the extra C tier or the 2 C tier slots open for you guys. If you guys want to rock the 2 C tier units or 3 C tier units, you guys can. If you guys want to replace for stronger characters, I just wanted to rock 1 C here so you guys can be flexible with your team setup. So this is blast based GT. Let's hop into the next team. Alright, so for the next team we got strike based GT here. So kind of the similar spot, right? In terms of the S and Z tier, I do have that EX Shin. You guys could replace the EX Shin with this red baby here because he does a little bit more strike. The only problem is you guys are going to have a little bit more, you guys are going to have double reds as your S and Z tier, but if you guys don't care about that, it is what it is. So really solid character here if he's not a bad unit to rock. But And then S tier, I still gonna rock with the Oob. If you guys don't rock the Oob, you guys can definitely switch with the Nova. He's actually not a bad S tier unit. But for now, I guess I'll just keep them the same. Just extra more replacements. And you also guys, if you guys do have that Z Trunks, you guys can use that. Even though he's blast based, more of a strike based team. So here I added in the Super Baby 2. In terms of the other character that you guys can rock, you guys can go with this blue Pan if you guys want the strike base, right? More of a strike base setup in terms of the blue instead of Omega as a blast. And then in terms of my C tier characters, I went with the Tag 4s. I really think the Tag 4s, I really like in terms of the main green. I like them a little bit more than the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And then in terms of the red here, I decided to go with the red Omega. I mean, he's more of the B tier spot. If you guys don't have him, then you guys can always rock this red Goku here. He's also not bad. But I'm just gonna rock with the red Omega just because why not? Decided to add him as my main red character damaging unit. And in terms of the yellow, you do have the yellow Pan Trunks Giru. If you guys don't have her, then you guys do have that free to play Super 17 there to rock. So for the blue, you got like Pan. You guys can go down to the C tier spot and go with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku or even the USB Goku because he's kind of diverse. He's same stat spread. The green Tag 4's Gogeta as your main strike, and then in the red you got the red Zenkai Goku, base Goku, and then you have red Omega. Purple, you guys can put Bola in there as well instead of the purple 17. I just didn't want to add in too much C tier units for your guys' sake. In terms of you guys want to add in Bola, you guys can, but you guys can also rock purple 17. I mean, give support for the team. He's a really solid character, so I decided to keep him there. And in terms of the yellow, you guys can add in yellow Nova or the yellow free to play Super 17. So that's the strike base side of GT. Let's hop into the next team. Alright, so for the next team I have is strike base Unireps. So in terms of the S tier or Z tier characters, I didn't really see anybody based off the characters I have that kind of caught my eye, so I kind of went down to the S tier. And based off the S tier, I really do like the Bergamo. Bergamo is more strike base for the Unirep team, high damage, nice kit, pretty good. And then depending on if he's paired with other Unireps, he gets extra strike damage and stuff. Really valuable S tier Unirep character. In terms of the other character, I rock with the Topo. Topo is a support character. Now he gives extra support buff for like rival universe characters, so any character that's not part of the Universe 7 squad, which majority of these characters are not Universe 7. The only one is what, the Go Frieza and the yellow Goku. So that's really good. That value is kind of there. And then just a solid S tier character. I feel like he was just better than everybody else in terms of the neutral strike base side of things. He kind of flourished on more of the strikes based off his stats. I kind of rock with him more instead of the other units based off the spot alone. Now in terms of the character that I want as like my main damage dealer, is I really do like this yellow Goku. Strike base, he guarantees a blue card, I believe second turn. It's the second, yep, start a second turn, guaranteed blue card. So just a heavy hitter right there, really powerful for the strike base Unireps. And then in terms of like my other C tier character, I decided to go with the Go Frieza. Like, I mean, just a strong blue and purple character. You're kind of going to need that, especially if you're going to rock the blue EX Kel. Blue EX Kel is basically irreplaceable because he gives support for the team and he heals the team based off her healing and stuff. Can't go wrong with that. So that's why I added her on this team. In terms of the green, I went with Kiawe. Kiawe has a little bit more stats on the strike side of things. And I believe he gives support to our team, if I'm not mistaken here. Yes, he restores our allies' health by 1, gives strike damage for our allies, debuffs to enemies and stuff. Can't go wrong with what she rocks. Like, you can't go wrong with her kit. I really like her kit a lot. Really cold. Probably, if not, probably the more valuable green unit because he gives some type of support, Z ability for the team. You guys can rock the green Kefla. His problem is he only does girls and fusion warriors. He doesn't buff Unireps, but that'll be a good replacement because I believe she heals. Is it the second turn? Yep, and the second turn she heals and she has some decent damage. And she's a Zenkai character, but in terms of the Unireps, I kind of will rock Kiawe. If not, then you guys can rock the green Kefla as a replacement. And then in terms of like my A tier, I rock with the EX Jiren just because the EX Jiren, you guys check his stats in the second turn, he heals himself by 5%. Extra damage to Sun Famine God Key, and then decent damage for the start of the 3 turns. Can't go wrong with that. So, in terms of the red, I rocked the red Bergamo. I would say red Bergamo is really valuable just because of his HP. He ramps up over time. Doesn't he heal at the end of the 3rd turn? End of the 3rd turn, he heals by 5. He ramps up over time. And then he's a Z ability HP buffer and a Zenkai character. So that's really, really valuable. In my opinion, I really value him a ton. So in terms of the yellow, it's really difficult to replace the yellow Super Saiyan Blue Goku because he guarantees blue card, and then the C tier go Frieza. There isn't really not a lot of high strike based characters. You guys could add in Red MUI as your 3rd C tier character if you guys want to. You guys could definitely do that. Another red character that's actually pretty good, I think Castle is really solid. You guys can do double red and get the Zenkai buff from Red Bergamo here because he does Red Rival Universe. So him being Red Rival Universe will get him extra buffs as well, which is really nice. In terms of the blue and purple, I'm going to go Frieza just because we kind of need a strong purple on this team for our main unit. In terms of the green, I already talked about Kefla really being the main green strike base second alternative. And then in terms of the Jiren here, this Jiren is kind of like a wild card. If you want to add in MUI there, you guys can. You guys want to add in Castrol, you guys can. He's kind of just there just because his placement is really high. So I kind of valued him a little bit more. But this Jiren you guys could replace with another red. You guys could do another green. You guys could even add in like yellow Frieza. If you guys like, I know that he's blast based, but the fact that he guarantees a blue card. So you have 2 units here. 2 yellow units that guarantees a blue card. For you guys each turn is really cracked out if you guys want to do that. Or you guys maybe want to just add in Super 17 here. You guys can do that. I won't even be mad at that if you guys want to rock that. This is more of a strike based side, but adding in an Angel Frieza or the Blue 17 as for a replacement, you guys can do that. Won't be mad at you guys at all. So let's hop into the next team. Alright, so for the next team here, we got blast based uni reps here. In terms of the S tier, the only thing I really did was just change the Bergamo with the purple dispo. I mean, not the purple dispo, the green EX dispo. He's more catered to the blast based side of things and high key recovery. Really good blast damage. So as a blast based unit, EX, I definitely would have added him in there. Then yellow Topo. And then other than that, in terms of another S tier, is Green Kaba here. Green Kaba's not bad. He has ways of healing. He's a Zenkai character. The only problem is his Z ability only does green in Universe 6. And he's the only Universe 6 besides him and Kale. So, I mean, I guess Kale gets some type of HP buff, which is really nice. And this is like a different variant of the blast base. I'm going to show you guys a second one. Now, with this, 17 and Frieza, you really want to have him on your team. Just the amount of support that he gives for the team is really nice, right? I mean, you gotta see it on the left sides here. The range, enemies in range. He nullifies debuffs for his allies in range, so that's really powerful there. Like, there's a lot of characters that debuffs you, so I really do like the fact that he has that. Yellow Frieza is just cracked out, man. I mean, guaranteed blue card at the start of the first turn is nuts. I really like this character. He's really one of the main yellows, and especially if you have yellow Topo, you want a strong yellow in your setup. And in terms of your green, like I said, Kaba. If you guys, I'm gonna show you guys the second iteration of this blast based team. Blue Kale, keeping her because she gives support and heals the Uni-Reps team. And then as the red, I'm still gonna keep Bergamo in there just because HP for the team. Heals, Zenkai character, can't go wrong with that. And then as my other C tier character, we got 3 C tier characters on here. There's already our limit there, but we got Purple Jiren. I mean, Purple Jiren, I kind of like him a little bit more than the UI Goku. If you guys want to rock the UI Goku, you guys can. The second iteration of the team is if you take out the reason why I added this guy is because since we have 3 C tier characters, I wanted to add in the extra S tier characters, so we have 3 S just to kind of like balance it out. But if you guys want to see the second iteration of the team, it's going to be here, but you put in this free to play Kefla in here, and then you go to the B tier spot and you put in the green Angel Golden Frieza. Other replacements for him, you guys have this Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and you also have Tien here. Tien has the stun mechanic, which I really do like, the Solar Flare. heals every time he lands a blast card. I believe they all heal every time they land a blast card. So I kind of like Tien a little bit more than the Vegeta. What's the name here gives some decent debuffs at the end of the first turn, so that's really nice. And Stain Bleed, high key recovery, so I kind of like the Frieza, Tien, then the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. And then Kefla here, just cause you kind of just want to balance it out. Me personally, I kind of like the first setup a little bit more than the second iteration here, but can't go wrong with that. If you guys want to, you guys can maybe even replace Bergamo and add in, what's the name? Add in MUI Goku, maybe double reds instead of double greens, or Angel Go to Frieza. Yellow, I'm keeping in Angel, that Angel Frieza. I'm keeping him. He's irreplaceable. You guys can even add in maybe Evo for double yellows. You guys can add in the Kaioken Goku. You know he's strike based, but he gets the guaranteed blue card. So him and Frieza together is pretty nuts. Just give you guys some options there for sure. You guys can even add in the Krillin here. I believe Krillin does the blue card can't attack thing, so that's really nice if he lands that. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the blast base Universe. Let's hop into the next team. Alright, so for the next team we got strike base hybrids here. Now with this setup here, I kind of wanted to focus more off the Goten, really the purple Goten in that top middle right there, and just focus him with a lot of Gohan characters, just because if I'm gonna show you what he does with his Z ability, with his kit. But in terms of the S tier spots, I know that Hybrids has a lot of good Z tier characters. I know they got that new blue movie Super Saiyan Teen or Dope Gohan, and then they also have the Krillin tag Gohan character, and I don't have either one of those two, and I believe both of them are Z tier. So this is more of a blast space in terms of the backup there, but if you do have those two, I recommend those. If you have both the Gohan Krillin tag and then the EX Super Saiyan Blue Adult Gohan, rock them as your backup because they're really insane characters. But since I don't have them, I think these are like the second best characters to rock, even though they're more on the blast side. We got the purple Gohan, and then we got Gotenks here. I kind of talked about the Gotenks on the Majin Buu saga, and this guy is just really good too. I mean, not bad for a Z tier Hybrids character for sure. So I wanted to add him in there. Now, in terms of this setup, the reason why I kind of rock this setup with the Hybrids is really about this Goten here. His Z ability here at the end of the second turn, he heals Goku or Gohan, and he gives support to 10%, which is really nice. I kind of really wanted to build around that. And then you guys see here, before he receives an attack, he gives extra damage to Goku and Gohan's in range. So if he gets hit twice, they're getting an extra 20 damage inflicted. And then at the end of the second turn, extra 10. So for each match, he could give them 30 damage inflicted max, but guaranteed 10, and he's healing them by 2%. Then other than that, I do like this tag, the EX Gohan and Trunks. I have them. Really good green character. You guys see 30 key recovery for his allies, depending on where I place them. So I'll probably place them like here, so you kind of get the people at the bottom there. But I believe is it future and yeah, it's future or hybrids at the start of the third turn. So that's really nice support as well. That's pretty cracked out. And in terms of that, I also have this red nerd Gohan. He also gives some nice support as well. You guys see here, end of each turn, he heals his allies. Not heal, but he gives allies inflicted sagas from the movies and Sun Famine range 10 damage inflicted for 2 turns. Pretty good in my opinion. And then he also has a way of healing at the start of the third turn. So stacks up damage pretty nice. He heals, and then he gives support. Decent kit. I really like him a ton. Then after that, you got the yellow Goten here. He has a way of giving some extra little support here. And then I believe he gets a guaranteed blue at the start of the turn. And at the second turn, he also heals himself. So nice survivability there. Guaranteed blue card. Transforming stats. I decided to add him in there. And then after that, we got Blue Beast there. So as my main 2 C tier, I got Red Beast and I got Blue Beast just to do the damage. What you guys can do, you guys could replace, if you guys want, you guys could do a setup where you just have the Gotenks in here. Maybe you guys want to do 3 C tier characters, you guys can do that. right? I do want to keep that purple Goten there just because he focused all around the Gohan, so that's why I kind of kept him there. But since that yellow Goten isn't a Gohan anyways, you guys can do that. You guys can even add in future Gohan, but I'm not really the biggest fan. Like, I don't think he does enough as a LF. It's really based off like his cover change, so I was kind of like iffy to rock him. So I mean, you guys could definitely rock the yellow Goten or the yellow Gotenks here. In terms of the red, I really do like the Nerd Han and the Red Beast together. Try to keep it based off the Gohan setup with the hybrids. You guys could definitely rock the red Trunks here, or even this Trunks and Mai, because I believe they healed himself at the end of the second turn, which is really nice and gives support buff for his allies in range for a red there. You can easily switch this to like more of like cater around like the Trunks variants, like a Trunks hybrid setup, but I kind of really do like this Gohan and Goten type of setup that I kind of mentioned here, especially if you guys do have the tag Krillin with that Super Saiyan adult Gohan, then this set will cook even more, because basically every character is Gohan besides the yellow Goten and then or the fat Gotenks. So kind of more niche hybrids team, but let's hop into the next team. Alright, so for, I guess, the blast base setup is really the same setup pretty much. I try to keep it all Gohan just because of that Goten there. In terms of the S and Z tier, if you're going with the range type, I kind of like the Gotenks and the Gohan a little bit more than the tag Gohan Krillin and then that EX Super Saiyan adult Gohan. But if you guys do have them, then rock them over them. But I guess it's more catered for the blast side of things. And I kind of keep the same setup here. My apologies, but kind of wanted to keep that whole Goten and Gohan characters around him. So in terms of the blast base, I went with the Cryon here. I don't have Ultra Gohan, so if you guys do have Ultra Gohan, you guys can rock Ultra Gohan instead of the Cryon here. But as my main green, I'll rocking him because I don't have Ultra Gohan. Then the purple, I have Ultron. Red, I kind of kept it with the this Nerd Han here because just the support and everything he does is really powerful and I really like it. And I believe he gives double offense. Yep, double offense with his Z ability, which is really nice. Then I added TV in here as my main yellow damage dealer. I could have added yellow Gotenks in there, but I wanted to add in a main offensive yellow, so I added in the LF Trunks of Vegeta. I know that they don't buff hybrids, but I really, for the blast base setup, I kind of felt like there was the best blast base yellow that I have in my box. And in terms of the blue here, I decided to go with the blue free to play Gohan. I feel like he's just one of the better blast base blues that I like. That's in a high tier spot. So yeah, in terms of replacements though, in terms of the replacements, Cryon and what's name? Cryon and Ultimate Gohan. I mean Ultra Gohan. Purple Ultron. I kind of want him to be irreplaceable. Yellow Trunks. You guys could do yellow Gotenks here. I kind of want to keep this Nerd Han around because he gives support and stuff, and I feel like he's just really valuable in terms of the red spot. All the other reds are really good strike-based characters like Red Heat Dome Trunks or even the red Trunks and Mai here. You guys could do Great Saiyaman 1 if you guys want as an extra red. But I don't really be seeing no other reds from the hybrids more that caters towards the blast side that I like. So it's really like Great Saiyaman or this Nerd Han here. In terms of the blue, he's really like the better blue blast base that's in the A tier range. I didn't want to keep digging down into the A's, into the B's and the C tiers. And Purple Gold 10 here, I like him a lot just because what he does with the whole Gohan support stuff that he does. So it's kind of more of a niche hybrid team, but it's all catered around this guy and what he does to the Gohan and Goku characters. So let's hop into two more teams. That's pretty much it with the video. Alright, so for the next team we got Blast Base LOE here. LOE, like, one of the things I like about them is just the amount of stuns they have for this setup. So in terms of the C tier spot, really the only C tier I'm rocking here is actually the Yellow Angel Frieza, bro. Like I said, guaranteed blue card every start of the first turn. I mean, can you really go wrong with that? Like, you need to rock that. Need to rock that. I know he's a difficult character to have, so if you guys don't have him, his best replacement would be like the Zenkai full power Frieza, the regular Sparking, and if not him, then you got the LF Frieza here. But if you guys have him, please rock him. Like if you have him at a decent star count, please rock him, because he's what he does for his team is for Unireps and LOE is pretty nuts. So next after that, we got the purple Zenkai Frieza here, high key recovery. He gives support for his allies, 20 damage inflicted, and I believe he also has a stun attack for the enemy, so that's really powerful. Next after that, I got Chill. Chill gives Z abilities, HP for LOE, and then he Zenkai buffs the LF Frieza there. And then he also gives support buffs by 20. So them two together can give this Frieza extra 40 damage inflicting on their blue card. So that's pretty much like a guaranteed one shot, which is OP. Next after that, we do have this red DBS Frieza as my red here. He also has the can attack thing. I think he's pretty solid character. I think he's good. He's good as a red blast base. He's, you know, in terms of the LOE, he's really like the only red one. I mean, him, and then you got the red Zenkai Metal Cooler. You guys, that's pretty much the only two reds to rock. So, right. And then I have the Revival Frieza here. He gives restore. He gives healing for his LOE squad. So you can definitely rock him there for sure, which I kind of like. Or you guys can add him there. Maybe do some extra little support for the yellow Frieza based off where the bars he does for his healing. Add him up there. I got this green Zenkai Cooler here. I believe he also does the can attack thing. If he pops the green card as special access to his enemy, can attack. So you have actually 4 characters, because I believe if Chill pops the blue card and hits you, you can attack as well, because he does the paralyzed thing. So you have like 4 can attacks based off these characters here. In terms of the S tier, I decided that Z tier, this Frieza is really, really good. If you have him, mix stats in between, really powerful. As long as you have your allies in check, he gets an extra 70 damage inflicted. Plus that, hopefully he doesn't get that buff effect wiped away. But if you do have that, that's really nice. In terms of your S tier, you have this metal cooler here, the free-to-play one, or you also have the red metal cooler, the Zenkai one. This is going to give support, which is really nice. The only problem is he gets double defense with his regular Z ability. He's not bad. He was Zenkai buffed to red DBS Frieza, but the problem is that his Z ability sucks. But he has great ways of healing himself, and you got to wait until the end of his first turn for him to really activate his damage buffs. So he's the first turn he kind of sucks, but after that he starts to really go crazy. In terms of the green, if you don't have that Zenkai cooler, this free-to-play Final Form cooler is really good replacement. And then you also have this Final Form Frieza here, but he's more strike based, but he gives nice support and damage inflicted buffs. And then you also have this green Angel Golden Frieza there as another good green. In terms of the blue, it's really difficult for you to replace this Frieza here. There really isn't no good other LOE blue units that's blast base, unless you want to rock this metal cooler here. But other than that, yeah. And then Chilled, I kind of want to keep HP. Zenkai buffs to one of his other units, and then he can attack, and then he gives support. Like, that's super valuable. So pretty much it with the LOE setup here. Let's hop into the last team. Let's wrap this video up. Alright, so for the last team, we got like basically like a strike based Frieza Force team, not LOE. So you kind of have a little bit more diversity in terms of what characters you want to use. In terms of the Z's and the S tier characters, I got the same Frieza from the last section there. Just really valuable, like up to 100 damage inflicted if he doesn't get his buffs affected from this bottom kit here. Really good, so gotta keep him in there. Now in terms of this other S tier spots, you do have Captain Ginyu that's in Z tier. Pretty nuts, right? But you could actually rock him as one of your main characters. So I mean, if you want to add him as your extra what's name here, you guys can. If not, it is whatever. If you guys want to add in another Z and S tier characters, ones that I'm kind of picking is from this yellow Broly here. The yellow Broly starts off really good, depending on his allies. Like the more allies he loses, the more damage he does. So he's kind of vice versa with like that EX Frieza does. But I mean, he's still a solid EX character from the Z tier spot that I kind of like. I kind of like him a little bit more than this guy, but he just heals a little bit better. So I kind of like the Broly a little bit more regardless, even though he ramps up better when he loses more allies. Then after that, in terms of the other green, I have this green naval, bro. Like, he gives support to the team. He support and he heals his allies at the end of each turn. You can't go wrong with that at all. So decided to keep him in there. Then after that, in terms of the red here, I kind of decided to rack the red Vegeta because he's really much the only red strike base strike base red Frieza Force character in a sense. There's not really that many other options to use. Just blast base. He's super old. Then Raspberry, he's blast base. Rollberry, he's a defensive. I don't want to add too much EX units on my setups here. And in terms of the yellow, I decided just to rock the yellow Frieza. Like, guaranteed blue card. Like, that's too valuable, bro. So I'm keeping them as my main yellow. Then I have here the purple Frieza. Just because he's Zenkai buffs, purple Frieza Force, and Ginyu is part of the Frieza Force. So he's getting an extra Zenkai buff plus his Zenkai buff for himself. And then in terms of just a main blue damage heavy hitting unit, I decided to go with Go Frieza here. You guys can't go wrong with that. You guys could add in blue as an extra blue. You want to add in another blue. Maybe you want to do it where you have them two as your Z tier and then take him out and then add in either Broly, Chilai, or the blue Nappa. You guys can definitely do that as well. In terms of the green, you want to keep Naval. If you want to replace him, though, you guys can go with the free-to-play Final Form Frieza. He basically does the same thing as the Naval. He's just in the lower tier spot. Yellow, like I said, I'm keeping that Frieza. I'll just keep him if I was you guys. Really isn't no other better yellow Frieza Force characters. Some people might like to rock this guy Monray, but I'd rather just go and just keep that yellow Frieza in there. Yeah, that's pretty much it with the video here. I'm super tired. That's all the teams that I have. We're gonna see how this season 90 plays out. If you guys have any other teams that I'm missing, comment down below the teams that you guys are rocking, or any tag that I feel like I'm sleeping on. Like, comment, subscribe, and rough man, I'm out. Peace.